Let me tell you about the guild where dungeoneers will be killed. A new volunteer, hurrah, 3 cheers. Oh, it's dungeoneer time.
This is the Guild of Dungeoneering, on a quest we're never veering. Oh, to be a dungeoneer, swimming in pools of gold. This is the Guild of Dungeoneering, all the monsters keep appearing. Oh, to be a dungeoneer, whose stories will be told. What's that sound? I hear a noise. Something's coming, girls and boys. Run for the hills and far away. We're the Guild of Dungeoneering. Curse and swear, but don't despair. The way out of here must be over there. I think we're lost, but what do we care? We're the Guild of Dungeoneering.
Hello, this is Palico Padge, and welcome to a new Let's Play on the channel with the game Guild of Dungeoneering by Gambrinous. I think that's how you say the name, Gambrinous. This is a game which was originally released back in 2015. I actually bought it when it first came out. Played it a little, not too much, and then they started including more DLC, which opened up more classes, and I sort of, I wouldn't say lost my way, but I was definitely sort of pulled in other directions when it came to the games around at that time. And then I was just going through my Steam list, just seeing what was around, and noticed that my Guild of Dungeoneering had been upgraded to the Ultimate Edition, where I believe all the DLC is included. And I thought, you know what? Now is a good time to jump back into it. And I'm pretty sure that song, which you've just heard, is what happens when you first start the game back in the vanilla days, as I guess I'll call them. And it's just so charming. It's not very often you start a game up and you get sort of serenaded by a bard before you play the game. So I just thought it was a really nice take on that. So yeah, that was cool. I like that. It's put me in a good mood. Now, I am kind of going into this blind. This will just be a sort of one play and done series, much like it was with the Innsmouth case. It is, although you could say it's a dungeon crawler, really it's a card game. You have your dungeoneers and you build the dungeons around them from the cards which are dealt to you. So it can be quite random. I wouldn't say it's a roguelike, although it is based, or so I say roguelite, although it is based on games being different every time you play them. So I figured, let's just jump in. We'll see what's stuck up in the old grey matter of mine and see how far we get, really. It's just a very charming game, which I feel, now it's been out for a fair while, could do just been shone into the spotlight a little bit again. And, you know, it's pretty cheap. So if you like it, give it a whirl. I think it's worth your time. With that being stated, let's start a new game, shall we? Oh, and where's my save game from 8 years ago, Odd?
This is the Guild of Dungeoneering. All across the land they're cheering. Oh, to be a dungeoneer, chasing fame and glory.
Thank you, Bard. Now, just to give you a heads up, he does play all the way through. He does get quite passive-aggressive at times. But it's all with the tongue firmly stuck in its cheek. That's why I haven't turned him off, which I know a lot of people do after they've played him several times through. But I like it. Bit of banter. It's good for the soul. So the Ivory League of Explorers, the noblest, most virtuous guild in the land. Psh, those insufferable jerks. I'll show them. They won't think so grossly incompetent when I have my own guild. I've bought a small hall in the bad part of town with the gold I borrowed from them. I've staked out a dungeon that's ripe for the picking. I've even found a chump who can do all the dirty work while I sit back and watch the coins roll in. Like my father always told me, there's always someone stupider than yourself. Well, he never really said it to me. Actually, he said it to everyone but me. Hey, wait a minute. So, there we go. We are stupid. We have our own guild. And this is our guild, the Guild of Dungeoneering. It's time to build a barracks, so your first engineer has somewhere to live. Place the barracks beside your guild hall to build a new room. Just there, we'll be fine.
The one that's always left behind. The solitary lump. The pawn who's fodder for the grind. The sorry little chump.
We don't mind chumps, they're good. Fodder, I suppose you could say. What? Wow! Wow, that's rather random. So, back when this came out, My son wasn't around, yet it's picked his name. Okay. So, body. Let's see if we can find my son's hair. I mean, I hate to set him into his mice, but... Oh, I might have gone past it. Wow. There's a fair few here. I'll do. Haircut. We're going to have different hair colours in grey. Should we give him some facial hair? What's Daddy got? That's pretty much like Daddy. Miscellaneous? Oh, rosy cheeks. That's it. Oh, it's going to kill me if he dies. All right. This is your first Dungeoneer, the Chump. You can grow your guild, gain new Dungeoneers, and expand the loot you find in dungeons by using gold. Let's go loot some gold from a dungeon. Hooray! And here's our first adventure. It is a wine cellar. Hooray! That's how original. This is where you pick your Dungeoneer and blessing, but you don't have options for now. No. And this is where we start. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Do you want to play a tutorial? We'll play a tutorial because, well, it's been a while. Welcome to your very first dungeon. This poor doomed soul is your Dungeoneer. Play cards from your hand to create a dungeon that can overcome or die in. In each quest you have a goal. In this quest you must defeat one Ratman. In order for your Dungeoneer to reach the Ratman, they'll need to dungeon. You draw 5 dungeon cards each turn. This hand contains 5 rooms. Alright, well, they're all the same, aren't they? There is only one place where a room will fit. Go ahead and place a room now. You can play up to 3 cards each turn. You can't play any more cards right now, so go ahead and end your turn.
Uh-oh.
Go, Jacob! Dungeoneers can enter 1 unexplored room per turn. Dungeoneers are always willing to fight, but your Dungeoneer is too weak to fight the zombie that they're heading towards. Okay, he's not happy about that. The zombie is a level 2 monster, and your Dungeoneer is only level 1. Dungeoneers are natural explorers. Why don't you try placing another new dungeon room for them to explore now? I'm guessing it's this one. You can place a weaker monster on the new room. Try placing the level 1 Nasty Rat now. These footsteps show you which room your Dungeoneer currently wants to get to. Your Dungeoneer is still heading towards danger. By placing a treasure card on the dungeon room to guide your Dungeoneer away from the danger. Aha! The combination of a new room, a lower level monster, and treasure finally did it. You have placed 3 cards, so your turn automatically ends. Okay. Oh, gimme! Jacob versus Nasty Rat. Every fight is a fight to the death. You need to play battle cards to ensure that your Dungeoneer survives. The Nasty Rat starts with 5 health. And we start with 5 health. Here you see what type of move a monster is going to make. The Nasty Rat will claw, which will deal 1 damage. Here's your hand of battle cards. You start 3 cards in your hand. Your eyes closed punch cards will deal 1 damage to the Nasty Rat. Play an eyes closed punch now. Ow. Oh, did I forget to mention that monsters attack before your Dungeoneer attacks? Don't worry, your Dungeoneer attacks right after a monster's attack finishes. Ha! You draw a new battle card at the start of each turn. You drew a cower card. This symbol of a card means that your Dungeoneer will block 1 damage of any type. The Nasty Rat is going to play Neurotoxin. If you don't block the damage, you'll have to discard a card. We'll cower. Excellent work cowering. You'll blocked the enemy's attack and don't have to discard an extra card. Unfortunately for Dungeoneers everywhere, cowering doesn't cause any damage, so the Nasty Rat is still at 4th health. Look at that, you drew a lucky hit, which is the strongest card in your Dungeoneer's deck. 2 hits. The Nasty Rat is going to play Bite. You can tell from the shield icon on that card that this attack is unblockable. Go ahead and play your lucky hit. Pow! If that hit wasn't too lucky for the nasty rat, nice job. Uh-oh, it looks like your dungeoneer isn't doing too good either. The nasty rat is going to play bite again. You can't block an unblockable attack, so playing Kara now would do nothing. Play one of your punches to get the nasty rat down to 1 health. One more hit. Let's do this. Phew, that was a close one. Your dungeoneer lives to Kara another day. Well done. Choose some loot. Once you've beaten an enemy, you get to steal their precious loot. You can choose between 3 items. So... don't know what that does. I mean... I guess fork, because they're pointing at fork. Or you can just take a treasure card to place in the dungeon on your next turn. Fork. We need ways of killing things. An item's level is based on the level of the monster you've defeated. Why don't you examine the strange jacket first? So it's +1 health, which is so body armor. +1 hitting. Is that right? Increase our blade skill by 1. So we have a blade skill? Alright. This adds a sliced card to your battle deck. Or Pigeon Nest. Pigeon Nest is a helmet that increases your growth skill by 1. This adds the rekindle card to your growth deck. Alright. Oh, okay. So we have to go with Pigeon Nest. Alright, okay, fine. This is your Dungeoneer's character sheet, which contains all your Dungeoneer's info. So, he has 6 health. I presume you level up and get your full health back. That's how I read that. And we got growth. When your Dungeoneer defeats a monster at the level or higher, then the Dungeoneer will level up and gain 1 health. Dungeoneers return to full health after each fight. Oh, okay, that's fine then. You can examine the section to see which cards each skill gives you. Higher skill levels give you more powerful cards. You can view your battle deck here after you complete the tutorial. And monies! Now that your Dungeoneer has leveled up, that zombie isn't looking so scary.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jacob. This room is exactly what is needed to create a direct path through the dungeon. Play this room now. Alright. Dungeoneers move faster through rooms they have already explored. Now they will move through 2 rooms. Okay. Playing a treasure card on this new room will entice your Dungeoneer to go towards the Ratman. Okay. You? Nothing draws a Dungeoneer like loot. Drag the gold pouch card into the room. Oh, we had to put 2 down. Oh yeah, 3 turns each. Alright. Zombie. Whoa, doth my eyes deceive me? Or does this zombie start with a health? 9 health! Alright. However, this zombie has a weakness he can exploit. Examine the zombie's traits. This zombie suffers from decay. When it is hit with 2 damage in 1 turn, it will take 1 additional damage. Ah. This zombie's card Anger will deal 1 self-inflicted damage. Oh. Alright. Pop. Monsters can inflict 2 kinds of damage, physical damage and magical damage. The zombie is going to do 1 magical damage. Well, I can't do anything about that. However, they are going to block our physical. So, yeah. So we're going to do rekindle. You hit the zombie for 1 damage, and even though it hits you for 1 damage, you healed yourself for 1 health. Yeah, 2, and that will equal 3 hits, I would presume. So pop, pop, and then 1 extra. Hey, oh, oh. Now play your eyes closed punch to take the zombie out. Yeah, I could. Block one any. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? It's a tutorial. Let's not mess with the tutorial. We don't want to break the game before we get into it. Huzzah! Another victory for your Dungeoneer. Right. The zombie you defeated was a level 2 monster, so you now get to take its level 2 loot. Cool. Alright, so we've got Crush +2. Anchor increases your Crush skill by 2. This adds the cards for Crush 1 and Crush 2 to your battle deck. Bash and Slam. That's pretty cool. The Balaclava gives you the Tenacious trait and increases your Swift skill by 2. This adds 2 cards to your battle deck, Shift and Interrupt. But we will lose Rekindle. Tenacious cannot die unless on 1 health at the start of the turn. Ah, that's pretty handy. But we will lose the Pigeon Nest. Or we have Yellow Snow Cone. Growth +1, Stupidity +1. +1 health. Go on, have a lick. Your growth skill is already at level 1 thanks to your Pigeon Nest, so this would increase it to level 2. Level 2 growth skill adds the Restore card to your battle deck. Okay. Yeah, the Snow Cone gives you a +1 health, but it also increases your Stupidity by 1, which adds a useless card to your battle deck. Choose our own loot. I mean, let's go with Anchor. Hey, did you know that you defeated that zombie on a rune of the fates? That means you will gain 1 favour. Is that what this is? Examine the favour menu to find out more. Favour does some interesting things while exploring a dungeon and in battle. Be sure to check it out when you need a little boost. Draw a treasure card. When you finish your dungeon, the unused favour you have gathered will disappear, so remember to use it. Time to show off what you have learned. Will you complete the objective of the dungeon, or will your Dungeoneer meet their maker? Not marker. Only the cards will tell. Hang on then. So, can I use this now? No, I cannot. But I can put that into there. Can I put this back down here? Oh, I think I pulled him in the wrong direction. I'll try to do clever there. There's only one last thing. You can spend favour in battle right here. You never know when it might save your skin. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know it was two. Oh, it was the same thing. All right. Fine. So, can't be blocked. So, let's do that, shall we? If successful, opponent discards a card. We don't want that. Bite. You can have 2 hits then. Claw. 1 for 1. I mean, we've got the health at this point. Bite. No need to overkill. So, we don't have anything for the body yet, do we? We don't have a cuppa either. Fire blast! Now that's cool. Let's have that. Right, so I need to bring him back this way. I'll put that there. Put you there. Can I make you go in this direction? It's fun. Promise you. Treasure galore. He's not interested, is he?
Hey.
What the hell's that? Batman. So he's going to hit us. So we're going to block it. Headbutt for 2 hits. Let's go all in. We'll block and hit. That's one. Can't be blocked, so might as well be kindle.
Who'd have thought the way you fought, you'd be so very brave? Now we need somebody else to fill this empty grave.
I'm going to take that as a backhanded compliment. That's fine by me. Jacob the Chump won. Didn't know, though, that once they're set and they take down the thing they need to take down, that's it. I thought we might have to return to the exit or something. Hence me putting lots of loot down. But hey-ho, never mind. Lesson learned. Return to your guild. 65 gold. I mean, it's nothing to turn our nose up at. So, what can we do? Dungeoneers. So we can open up something else. A hidden den, training yard, theatre, or library. I mean, I think we just go in hardcore at this point. Yeah, let's get. We got to do them up. That'll do me just fine. Oh, there we go.
Not a gentle kind of dungeoneer, nor a poet or a muser, but one that fills the heart with fear. I give to you the Bruiser.
Hooray for the Bruiser! Oh. KDN is perfect. Look at him. That is the epitome of a big hulking bruiser. You are good. You are good. All right, so there we go. Dungeoneers, what do we do here? Oh, it just shows us what we got. Guildopedia. I'm presuming that just shows us our cards. All right, and we can go exploring. So, you know what? I'm going to leave this here. We've done the intro. We've expanded a little. I'm quite happy to call it at this point for this episode. As you can see, this game has a certain amount of charm, and the humour's nice. So let's see how we get on. If I die horribly, I die horribly. But for now, as Jacob has nothing else to say, we should call it here. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.